It's now time for Crime in the DMV. This is where we bring you the latest headlines from the week. Thanks for watching. I'm Sierra Fox. We start in the district where male bandits are targeting a Northwest neighborhood. And this isn't the first time. People who live there say they feel violated. Fox 5's Homa Bash is in Adams Morgan with the very latest.
Neighbors tell us these mail and package thefts have been going on in this neighborhood for the last 6 months, but they realize it's not really a high police priority. Still, it is frustrating. In this latest case, the suspect actually looks right into the security camera lens and says this.
I love you, Daddy.
If you didn't catch that, he says, I love you, Daddy. Multiple camera angles show 4 people stealing mail from this apartment building on Ontario Road in Adams Morgan. The thieves walk up to the building, open up that exterior mailbox, and grab everything inside. You see them run down the street moments later, climbing into a white Mercedes. They're all wearing their hoods up. Their faces are covered with masks. And this isn't the first time this neighborhood or even this building have been targeted. Fox 5 showed you this video back in November of someone stealing mail from here. U.S. Postal inspectors tell us they do have a suspect in that earlier incident that they're working to identify. It's a man in a recognizable hoodie wearing a hat that says Girl Dad.
I mean, it's frustrating. I feel like there's no recourse. You know, I can't call the police or whatever, even if I have them on video. There's nothing I can really do. Luckily, Amazon is pretty good usually about reimbursing them or sending another package.
I will check next door a few times a week, and that's the biggest complaint I see on there is package thefts. Porch pirates, a lot of people put up Ring camera footage and then complain that they see the same people over and over again on footage and nobody's doing anything about it. But I think it's just not the main focus of police investigation.
Postal inspectors tell me that they have this surveillance video and they're working to develop some leads. They also say that they're offering a $100,000 reward to anyone who has information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case. They've passed out flyers in this neighborhood advising people to be on the lookout and be vigilant. Guys?
Let's go to Northern Virginia now, where 2 cold cases are officially closed. Both victims' families have been searching for answers for more than 30 years. Police now believe their killer is the same person. Fox 5's Lily Zhang is in Stafford with the details.
These 2 victims, they were killed 3 years apart. We're told that the first case originated here in Stafford, Virginia. That is where police say this suspect has lived the entire time. Now, police do believe that this suspect is responsible for the 1986 murder of Jackie Lard and the murder of Amy Baker. She was killed in 1989 while visiting her family in Falls Church. Now, Lard was 40 years old, working at a real estate office in Garrisonville Road. Now, police say there were signs of a, quote, horrific struggle in the office the morning after she was last seen. Using DNA evidence and forensic genealogy, detectives have linked Elroy Harrison to both murders. We spoke with a woman whose mother was the best friend of Jackie Lard.
Everything about what happened to Jackie has shaped the way I do business. I'm a buyer specialist, so in that sense, I spend a lot of my time out, showing properties to people I barely know by myself. So there are certain protocols that I've put in place since the very beginning of my career, knowing what could happen in this industry to especially women who are working alone.
Now, we're told that this suspect has been indicted on multiple charges. The most serious of his charges that he's currently facing is first-degree murder. We'll send it back to you.
In Prince George's County, Baby K is back in court. That's the teen accused of trying to kill a student on a school bus. He is now waiting on a judge to make a decision that will determine the direction of this case. Fox 5's Nanasemu Bonsu is outside the county courthouse.
Guys, in court today, the judge said that in 85% of these hearings, kids are usually waived to the juvenile court, and in most cases, that decision is appropriate. But in this case, the judge felt that Caden Holland, also known by his stage name Baby K, should be tried as an adult.
A young boy could have died on a school bus.
State's Attorney Aisha Bravoy says this is a serious offense, and she's not surprised by the judge's decision to keep 16-year-old Caden Holland in the adult system.
We don't want to have to prosecute these kids. We don't want to have to ask that they be in adult court. but we also have to keep our community safe.
Holland, who goes by his rap name, Baby K, is facing a number of charges, including attempted murder. He's accused of attacking another teenager on a school bus and pointing a gun to his head last May. Police say Holland, who was 15 at the time, tried to fire his weapon several times, but the gun jammed. This led to a manhunt for the teenager, who was arrested a week later and charged as an adult.
I think it's a bit unusual, but I think the public outcry and the heinousness of it is what pushes it over.
Tony Garcia is a criminal defense attorney in Maryland. He's been watching the hearing closely.
To get right to the heart of the matter, only the most heinous or overt, over-the-top actions by somebody 16 will get them into an adult court. Most of the time, they do not go there.
Garcia says most waiver hearings should take a couple of hours, but this one lasted 3 days.
What appears to me is that the defense went with the idea that this young man has significant IQ issues and significant mental health issues. But whatever happened, the judge felt as though that the attempt to shoot someone outweighed his lack of ability to understand or a lack of intelligence.
The prosecution argued that Baby K, who was also arrested in 2021 for a weapons charge, is no stranger to the criminal justice system.
In this case, the defendant had a prior contact, had been placed on probation, had been ordered to treatment, and did not comply with treatment.
More reason why she believes seeing this case through the juvenile system wouldn't work.
Understand that we are the top law enforcement office. Our job is to protect our community, to keep our community safe, and we are going to place a premium on that responsibility.
Now, Baby K's trial starts on March 18th in Prince George's County, and if convicted, he could face up to life in prison with a possible chance of parole. Guys.
Now we're heading back to D.C., where a mom is demanding answers. Her child was robbed after a school field trip. The item allegedly stolen? A moose knuckles jacket, which is worth hundreds of dollars. Fox 5's Lili Zhang has this report.
The victim in this case, only 13 years old. Now, her mom says she's gone to the school for 4 years now, and this might be her last year at this school, as her mom questions whether security could have stepped in.
I feel helpless because I try my hardest to comfort her, but I don't know the exact words to say to comfort her, to make her feel safe.
That has been the reality for the past 2 days for Dayona Campbell and her daughter. She says she was held down by her wrist and her neck before the suspects got away with a moose knuckles jacket. The police report says a witness saw a, quote, group of boys approach the victim and her friends. The victim's mom says a detective has told her that that group was as many as 15 people. Now, she says this was determined by video surveillance. Important to note here that Fox 5 has not been able to independently confirm that number. We have not seen the video, nor has the victim's parent. Even so, she says just being described what happened was enough to demand answers.
It was breathtaking because I wasn't here to protect my child. And the school, they didn't notify me of anything. Like, I was unaware until my child called me. When my child called me, she was hysterical, crying. And I couldn't understand really what she was saying until she slowed down.
That the school did send a letter out to parents today addressing what happened 2 days after this incident. That victim's parent also told us that she did speak with security on what happened. They say that they didn't catch what happened in real time. It wasn't until they were able to rewind the video until they could see with their own eyes what happened.
Now to a Fox 5 exclusive. The search is on for two suspects who robbed two CVS stores in Alexandria, Virginia. Fox 5's Shamari Stone spoke with one of the witnesses.
A witness tells us that the suspects walked out of this CVS here on the 400 block of South Washington Street around 5:52 tonight with a bag of stolen merchandise. They focused on hair products, facial products in the aisle located right near this door. Once they stuffed the bags, they walked right out here and got in a car and drove away. Police say they stole more than $5,000 worth of merchandise from two CVS stores and would most likely face grand larceny charges. Take a look at the suspects placing a large red bag full of alleged stolen CVS merchandise and what police say is a stolen black Hyundai. Tonight, police telling us the two suspects also stole from this CVS on the 500 block of King Street less than 10 minutes before they allegedly stole from the CVS on South Washington Street. You're now going to hear from a woman who witnessed the thefts.
You know, to be honest, I feel very disappointed. You know, I live in Old Town, which typically the crime has been low, and I'll be honest, I moved here to get out of the crime in DC, and you know, the fact that thieves felt that they could clear the shelves of a drugstore on our block and get away in a car that's marked with a phone number and a business was pretty shocking and eye-opening to me about where we're at with kind of the acceptance of crime.
Back out here in front of the CVS. Now, police say that suspects drove away in a stolen black Hyundai with the license plate 3GC5753. If you have any information, call Alexandria Police. I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
Well, that does it for this week's Crime in the DMV. Make sure you tune in every week to stay ahead with Fox 5 here on Fox Local. We'll see you next time.